The Star Wars fandom is having yet again another certified Star Wars meltdown. John Boyega has been doing press for his upcoming movie, They Cloned Tyrone, which looks great by the way, and of course, he was asked some Star Wars questions. He eventually was asked to rank the 3 sequel trilogy movies. He simply said,
"Rank the 3 Star Wars films you were in from best to worst." Hell yeah, I do it. Star Wars The Force Awakens is most definitely the best. Second for me comes Star Wars 9, and then the worst, in the most respectful sense, is Episode 8 for me. But they're all lovely.
Now, to normal people, they would just look at that and say, okay, cool, and move on with their lives. But unfortunately, some people in this fandom aren't normal. Star Wars Twitter had a complete meltdown over this. Now, I need to clarify that those I'm ranting about are not those who simply said, I disagree, and moved on, but more so those who decided to take this ranking and sarcastic smirk when saying, they're all lovely, as a personal attack that destroyed their ego and everything they stand for as a human being. People all over are claiming The Last Jedi is just too complex for him, and The Last Jedi is the film that gave him the best arc. This tweet, for example, made my kidneys rupture and sent me to the medical room. In the most respectful sense, again nodding at his sarcastic statement, playing a character who yells Rey for 2 hours is much easier and way more fun than playing a well thought out scenario with profound character development. Just saying, in the most respectful sense. Now, this person is a Reylo, so I'm sure they're still mad when John posted this joke years ago. I can't even begin to explain how wrong this person is. Finn was completely screwed over in the sequel trilogy, but if you think all he did was scream Rey 1,000 times in The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker, I really do not know what to tell you. My good friend Okairo made this phenomenal video about Finn in the sequel trilogy, and I recommend everyone give it a watch after this. I won't be getting into my opinions on where Finn was best in the trilogy, because that's not what this video is about, but be sure and check that one out. It just blows my mind how, after everything Boyega went through with Disney's blatant racism, that when he makes a subtle joke about The Last Jedi, suddenly these people will turn on him. Like, are you really going to tell the man who played this character that his dislike in the treatment of his character is just because he doesn't understand it? What kind of ridiculousness is that? People do this all the time with Mark Hamill's comments too, and honestly, it just makes me have a Star Wars meltdown. And I see these people all the time who all preach about inclusivity, up until someone has a disagreement with them about the handling of a character, and suddenly all hell breaks loose and World War III gets ignited by the Star Wars fandom. Let's take this tweet for example. John is trying to join the Mark Hamill League of actors who don't recognize the greatness of the film they were in. Yeah, the film that took him from a co-protagonist and dropped him down to a side character on a side mission, and also turned him into the character of comedy relief for the first third of the film. No, it's just because John Boyega doesn't understand the greatness of his character and the greatness of his handling by Disney. No, not that at all. I mean, I hate to get too upset over these things, but what a stupid, ignorant thing to say. And again, this whole, I am right and you are wrong. If you disagree, you simply don't understand the film. This sort of trope that we have going on. Yet, a lot of these people, they just fail to understand or even attempt to understand why people dislike the film. I feel like these people see The Last Jedi like The Ring and The Lord of the Rings. Liking the film brings them power, but then it just kind of corrupts them to where they'll become a complete asshole to someone for no good reason at all because they don't like the film. And again, they are saying this to John Boyega, the man who single-handedly got screwed over by Disney because Disney thought having a black lead could hurt box office numbers in China. Hell, even the writer for the Force Awakens novel confirmed that he was not allowed to even hint at a romantic relationship between Rey and Finn, even though that is the relationship that should have happened in the sequel trilogy. This is the person these people are saying is wrong and mocking him for his simple ranking. I mean, how far up your own ass can you get before you come out the other side? You're not superior because you like a film that I would argue the majority of the fandom hate. It's ridiculous, and now it's causing me to have a complete Star Wars meltdown. Hey, so look at that. We've come full circle. And John also said that he is now open to returning to Star Wars, but after the way these people are treating him, I can honestly see him saying, you know what, screw this, I don't need this. And honestly, I will 100% support him because the way he is being treated over a simple opinion is absurd. In the end, I just think it's sad how ignorant some can be, and more so how supported they will be for their ignorance. Love The Last Jedi or hate The Last Jedi, that's beside the point. This is John Boyega's personal opinion, who had to deal with Disney themselves and their blatant racism and handling and sidelining of his character. We know what we saw in the films themselves. He knows what went on behind the scenes more than we probably will ever know. And so to tell this man that he is wrong and to mock him for his opinion is absolutely ridiculous, and anyone who's doing this should be ashamed. Again, I'm not calling out those people who simply commented saying, oh, I disagree with him. I'm not talking about you guys at all. I am talking about these morons who decided to attack him and make themselves feel superior. It is wrong. Anyways, it just sucks that the day John finally opens up and says he is now willing to return to Star Wars, despite everything he went through with Disney and the fandom, is the day that he, once again, is getting attacked by people who hold a film too personally to their hearts that it ends up clouding their judgment. I'm sorry for the rant, guys, but I really feel it needed to be said. This is just absolutely ridiculous, and I am pretty disappointed in a lot of these people who are doing this. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about John Boyega's comments? What do you think about him saying he's now open to return? I think that's the more important news, but I really just wanted to get this out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on it if you did, or a dislike if you hated it. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one.